Alright, in this lecture we are going to start configuring our application server that is going to run, of course, as you probably know by now, Node.js. So let's create a new file here in the manifests and let's call it nodejs.pp. Alright, we're going to start, of course, by specifying that this is going to be only on a node that is called Node.js. And of course, the first thing we need to do is to ensure that the package that is called epel-release is there, because this is the package that is going to enable us to install Node.js. So ensure that it is installed. Once done, we will need to also ensure that our Node.js package is also installed. So again, ensure installed. All right, let's run those. Go to our terminal and git add -a git commit -m adds the Node.js manifest git push. And now we are now gonna exit from the MongoDB and go to the application server or the application node. Clear the screen and go to the directory where we pull our configurations. So it's code environments production sudo git pull. Okay, and now we can just run sudo puppet apply. Actually, in this case, in this specific machine in CentOS, we'll need to supply the full path to puppet. So it's puppet labs bin puppet, because by default it's not placed in the path of the user. This is done only in Ubuntu. You can, of course, you can do that. You can add this to your path. Let's just use the full path for the moment. Apply manifests. All right, and the manifest has been completed successfully. Notice here that although we do have here MongoDB.pp, this was not executed, so we do not have MongoDB running. We tried, it's not running. That is because we have specified that this node is called Node.js. So only if the host name matches Node.js, this is going to be executed. Alright, so that is the first step. We successfully installed Node.js. Let's now start adding some variables that are going to be needed when we configure the Node.js application server. So in the data, we are going to create a new file, or let's just use the common.yaml file. And we could have added everything in the secrets.yaml file. Let's add that to common.yaml file. I could have added it already to secrets.yaml. Okay, let's add it to secrets.yaml so that we have all our variables just in one file. I will need to add the app_dir, let that be /opt/node.js. The app_port is going to be 3000, if you remember. And the DB host is going to be 192.168.33.10. Now we need to upload the application files to the remote machine. So I'm going to copy the API directory and the package.json file. I'm going to create a directory for them. So let's add app files. Let's copy those files from our chef directory. From files, we have the API and the package.json files. Let's just select both of them, copy. Gonna add them to app files. These are just static files. They do not change. They are just application files. The changes are going to be done to server.json. So we are going to add that in a template file. Other than that, get those outside. You don't need a defaults. We don't need a default directory, just app files. Okay, you can now safely delete this defaults directory. Okay, so now we have the API and the package.json. We can use the OSR later. It contains the web files for Nginx. We don't need it right now, but we're gonna need it later. So now we have API and package.json. We need those to be uploaded to the remote server. So in order to do this, we are going to, again, use the file resource. And the file resource needs the destination directory. The destination directory happens to be saved in the secrets.yaml file. So I'm going to use the hierarch lookup function and specify app_dir as the variable name. This is going to be translated at runtime to the variable name. Ensure that this is going to be a directory. So if it is not created, please create it. And also I need to specify the source. The source is clearly whatever was inside app files here. So it's the API, and okay, we need to delete that for the moment. You don't need it in the app files. We will need it in the web files later. So it's going to copy the API and package the JSON to this directory, which is /opd/node.js. And finally, we will need to say recurse is true to copy the directory recursively. Okay, so let's test this configuration. Go to the terminal, clear the screen, git add everything, git commit -m, uploads the application files, git push, git pull, and apply the manifests. Okay, let's clear the screen, and now we should have a directory that is called Node.js. Inside it we have the API and the package.json. So as you can see, we were able to reference a variable inside the file, inside the title of the resource, easily using the lookup function. Now, of course, the next thing we need to do is to run npm install against package.json. So we are gonna use the exec resource for this. The exec resource needs a title, run npm against package.json. Okay, column. We need a command. The command is /usr/bin/npm install. Okay, but we also need a working directory, so we're going to specify the CWD, or the current working directory, and that is going to be in, again, we're going to need the lookup function, lookup app_dir. Okay, so let's go to the terminal and test that this configuration works. Git add a git commit -m runs npm install against package.json, git push, go to the application server, git pull, and run the manifest. Alright, so it returned successfully. Now you should be having node_modules inside the application directory. This clearly means that the npm install has been run successfully. Now finally, we need to configure the server.js file, which is the bootstrap file for Node.js. Let's grab it from the templates here, server.js.erb, copy, and let's paste it in our templates directory to be able to configure it accordingly. Of course, first thing we need to do is to change the extension to reflect that this is an Puppet embedded file. And let's see. We are going to change this using the same delimiters, but using lookup db_app_username. We're going to need to use double quotes for this because we already used single quotes for the outline. So okay, db_app_username, and again lookup db_app_password. Again, and the db host is going to be again lookup db_host, and the db name is not going to be, as we agreed before, it's not going to be in a variable, it's going to be hard coded, so it is posts. Okay, we do have a couple of other variables. App port, it's lookup app_port. Let's take a copy of this, paste it here and here. Okay, now the file is ready to be deployed to the server. Let's do that using, again, the file resource. File, the destination is going to be, and there is a nice trick here, which is that we need to specify the variable because we are going to create that file in the application directory. So we'll need to reference the application directory followed by server.js file. which means that we need to do some sort of interpolation. So I need to do the following: look up like this, the app underscore dir, followed by server.js. But of course, this is not gonna work because it needs to be interpolated. So in order to do that, I'm going to place this whole string inside double quotes, and then I'm going to use the $sign followed by an opening curly brace, and add the whole function inside this curly brace followed by -server.js. When this is executed, it's going to replace anything that comes between the $sign and the pair of curly braces with the variable app underscore dir followed by server.js, which is exactly what we need. The rest is just content, and it will be coming from epp, again, the full path to the template server.js.epp under templates directory. And don't forget to set the mode for this file, which is 0755, otherwise the service is not gonna work. So let's test that. So git add all git commit -m deploys the server.js file, git push, clear, git pull, and apply. Okay, it's finished. Let's clear the screen, and now we should see server.js with the correct settings. As you can see, we have the user, the password, the DB host, the port, everything seems correct. So the final thing we need to do before we leave this Node.js manifest file is to install the node.service as we did in Ansible and Chef. So in order to do this, we need the node.service template. Let's again get it from our Chef directory. So node.service, let's paste it in our templates directory like this. Of course, change the extension to be .epp like this. And again, we only need to change the app dir. So let's just change it here to be look up app underscore dir. Everything stays the same. And now let's go to the manifest and ensure that this file is going to be deployed in the correct path, which is /etc/systemd/node.service : then the content is going to be whatever is inside this template, which is node.service.epp, this file. Okay, and of course, once this file is deployed, we can safely use the service resource, since we will have a service installed that is called node, and we can use this service resource to ensure that node is running and also enable it to be started when the system boots. So we're gonna set it to true. Let's go to our server, git add -a git commit -m deploys the service file and starts the service, the Node.js service, git push, git pull, and apply. Okay, and if everything went correctly, we should see now a Node service running. We can now open the browser and go to 192.168.33.20/:3000/API/posts, and you're gonna see the empty string or the empty JSON array, which means that the application server has correctly established connection to the database server, and it's giving you an empty array. This array is going to be filled with data once we add it to the MongoDB database. Of course, once we configure the web server. Right, welcome back. This is the final part of our lab in which we are going to install or build the web server. So let's just close all those files and let's create our manifest file for the web server. We're gonna call it nginx.pp. It's gonna start as usual with the node. Node is gonna be called Nginx, and the first resource is gonna be the package resource. The package resource is going to be called epel-release. We've seen that before. I'm gonna pass through it quickly, ensure that it is installed. Then our next package is gonna be the Nginx server itself. Ensure that it is installed as well. Then we are going to need to create the web directory for our web files. So we are going to have to specify one in secrets.yaml file. So web_dir. But here we have a little problem. If I added the web dir like this, which is /usr/share/www/html, which is the web directory that I need to use. And then I went here and I told it that I need, let's say, file lookup webdir and ensure that it is a directory. This is simply going to fail. Why? Because Puppet cannot create directories recursively. The attribute that we used before was used just to ensure that the directories are going to be uploaded recursively, but it will not create directories for you in a recursive order. So the solution for this is to have another variable here that is called whatever you want. I'm gonna call it webdires, and it is going to add an array of directories in this manner: /usr/share/www/usr/share, okay, then /usr/share/www, then /usr/share/www/html. It might sound confusing at first, but that is how things work in Puppet. This is going to be translated into an array, and Puppet is going to correctly understand this array, and it is going to create this directory recursively for you. Alright, so it's webdires. Okay, let's go to the terminal. Let's git add -a, git commit -m, deploys the Nginx server and creates the directory structure. Okay, git push, and let's go to the web machine, go to the specified directory, issue git pull, and Puppet apply manifests. Okay, now let's clear the screen, and now we should have the correct directory structure, usr share. Inside it we have www/html, which is the correct directory structure that we need to start uploading our web files. So let's go back to our editor, and now we are gonna need to upload the nginx.conf file. It's gonna be a template because it has a few variables that need to be configured. So let's just copy it from here, from chef, and add it to the templates directory, paste, and rename dpp. Okay, now let's go through all the variables that have been defined here. We have app host, which is the correct variable. Just add lookup like this. The app port, again, it's the correct variable. We're gonna just look up like this. Let's see, we have web port, look up web port, the webdir, again, look up. And notice here that we have the webdir in secrets.yaml. The webdir is the complete path. Webdires is the one that we use to create the directory structure. So here we are going to use the webdir, not the webdires. So this is a very important distinction you need to be aware of. Webdir like this. Okay. And I guess that's it. We don't have any other variables defined in this file. So let's go to our manifest file. And once the directory structure has been created, we will need to deploy /etc/nginx/nginx.conf, and the content is going to be epp as usual, and the full path to nginx.conf.epp, which is that file. Let's just test this configuration quickly. Git add -a, and of course this needs to notify the service that is called Nginx, which of course has to be defined somewhere above. So let's add this here, service Nginx. Let's ensure that it is running, and enable is true. So this is going to notify Nginx to get restarted once the nginx.conf file has changed. So let's test that. Git add a git commit -m deploys the nginx.conf file and restarts the service. Git push. Here again, let's git pull and apply. Okay, seems that we have missing variable. web_port, of course, is 80, and also the app host, which is 192.168.33.20. Let's git add -a git commit -m adds missing variables. Git push. Now let's git pull and apply. Okay, and Nginx now is running. If I go to the browser, I'm supposed to see the welcome page of Nginx. Okay, this clearly means that Nginx has been started. This is coming from Nginx. Now the only thing that is left in this manifest is to upload the web files. This is easy enough. Just have a copy of the USR files here, copy, and add it to our files directory. Just create a directory for it. Let's call it web files and paste it here. Now let's go to the manifest file and file, and actually I can just add it here. I don't need to create a separate resource for this. The resource that created the directory, I can just modify it to upload the web files by adding the source, the full path of the web files USR share www.html, and recurse is true, and that's it. Let's go back to our terminal. Git add -a git commit -m deploys the web files. Of course, there are a lot of files. Git push, and here clear the screen, git pull and apply. Alright, and configuration has been done. If I refresh this page now, I'm gonna see that I have my usual interface. It's tested by creating a post, created using Puppet, DevOps, and this was built using Puppet 5. Let's save. Go to home. Of course, we have the post created. This proves that we have successfully created the database, the application server middleware, and the front-end Nginx reverse proxy. That brings us to the end of this mini course. And as you can see, Puppet is very powerful. It may be a little more complicated than Chef and Ansible, but believe me, it's very powerful and it can handle thousands of machines and extremely complex environments. The method that we have followed in this mini course is one of many methods that you can use And you can also, of course, use the Puppet master and agent method to distribute the manifests to multiple nodes at the same time. Using our method, nodes are going to pull automatically their new manifests every 15 minutes, and they are going to apply them to themselves. Each node is going to apply its own manifest, so you can do whatever work you want to do to the manifest files. Just commit them to your Git repository, and in a matter of minutes, all the machines are going to apply their appropriate configuration. That brings us to the end of this mini course. I hope you enjoyed it. My name is Ahmed, and see you next.